Have you ever wondered what the big difference between taking a picture with a professional camera, like I use a Sony a7R III, which is a full frame? I absolutely love it. I can't go anywhere without it. But how does it compare to a cell phone? I've got a Samsung S22 Ultra. It takes some pretty good pictures. The thing is, it looks really good on here. But how does it look when you get it onto a bigger screen? I usually think it looks pretty bad. And then if you print it, oh my God, it's useless. So I decided, why not give it a legitimate try? We're gonna go through here and do all the settings exactly as I would be doing it manually on the camera. And let's see how good of a picture we can get. This picture here, I took a couple days ago on a beach not far from here. We're not gonna try to copy it. We're just trying to get the general feel, the essence of it. And let's see how close we can get. I'm guessing on a small screen, we'll get pretty close. But if we have to Photoshop it, I'm not foreseeing it doing any good. I'm really hoping it turns really bright red as it gets a little bit closer to the horizon. That's going to be a little while, but this is what we have to work with. If you've never seen one of these, they are so cool. This is from Ulanzi. It's the ST03. You flip these up, and then your cell phone fits right there. And the cool thing is you have both a screw, or it's got little indentations, fits right in here. And there you have it. You have a perfect stand for any cell phone. Screw it tight, and there you have it. You have a solid working platform for your cell phone. I think today we're going to use the standard camera app from Samsung. Nothing special, but it's what most people use. So that's what we're going to use. So let's do a few settings. We're going to go to Pro mode so we can set up everything the way we want it. Sorry, it's really bright out. I can't see much. So we've got shutter speed. Let's darken it up a little bit. Let's see, we've got ISO at 50. We're going to set it to ISO 50 because this is the highest quality, which is what we're going for today. Let's see, what zoom rating do we want here? Let's go wide. I think wide works. Yeah, we'll keep it at wide. We're just going to have to try a couple. Sun's still a little bit bright. We can see the sand a little bit better, but now the sun's way too bright. I think this issue right here that we're looking at is why the full frame cameras are so much better. Their dynamic range is huge, so we can get all of the foreground that's really dark, and the sky and the sun won't be blown out. That's why you spend the extra money. So have you ever heard of HDR? That is exactly what I was just describing. When you go a little bit brighter, you get all the dark shadows. And when you go a little bit darker, all of your brights aren't blown out, and then you can merge them together. So if you're unfamiliar with HDR, look into that. It's all over the internet, all over YouTube. You can find it anywhere. The nice thing about having a high dynamic range full frame camera like my a7R III is I can get everything I need without having to merge multiple pictures. And I've never lost a picture because it's got enough high dynamic range in it. We have it on autofocus. We have it at 2 seconds so we don't shake the camera. We don't need our flash on. 16 by 9 because that's what you're seeing here on the computer with me. Okay, let's take a picture and see what happens. Let's try an ultra wide just for fun. That actually looks pretty cool. Let's go to our rule of thirds. We'll set the horizon at 1/3 and put the sun at 1/3. All right, let's take another one. Let's go. You know what we need to try? Let's go back to regular photo. And let's just tell the camera to do everything for us. We don't want to do anything special, and see what the camera decides to do. We won't know until we go home and check this out on the computer, but I've always had issues in Photoshop. As soon as you bring it onto the bigger screen and you pull it into Photoshop and start trying to edit, it falls apart so fast. There's so little you can do to edit, and it just looks terrible. So, but I want to know, just like you want to know. That's why you're watching this. We're going to find out if we can actually pull a photo out of here that we can Photoshop to our liking to get it to look mint. We'll see what happens. Oh, well, no wonder. All right, so what have we found out? I did very basic post-processing just to clean it up, make the colors nice and crisp, sharpen it a little bit. And as you can see, they are very similar. I was very surprised how well the Samsung camera did. It's acceptable if you're looking at it on the size of a cell phone or nothing much larger than that. It's not bad at all. Let's take a look. So even there, that looks pretty good. This is the cell phone, and this is from the Sony. They both look wonderful. They do start falling apart, especially the cell phone. Once you look at it a little bit bigger, it's a big difference. And this here actually came out of my FX30, which is a video camera, so it's got the crop sensor on it, so it doesn't have quite the dynamic range of my A7R3, which would be even better than this one. So if we bump these back up where we had them, if we look at the details, that's where things make a big difference. Look at how crisp and smooth these lines here are and how they're falling apart and not all that good here. And then if you look in through this area, check out how much noise there is. And then here, it is just smooth as butter. And what really blows my mind is this area here. Look how blown out the sun makes it. And over here, you can still see all the details. Clouds right over the sun. And these two were zoomed in at pretty similar levels. So over here isn't the sun. All of this is this glow here is what you're looking at. It's just all totally blown out. So if you ever need to make your pictures bigger or you just want it to be sharp, or you plan on printing them. I would very strongly advise going against taking pictures with your cell phone. If you're going to share them in text messages to other cell phones, or maybe some very basic pictures to social media, they're okay, but you will get so much better quality on a real camera. I have always said that, and I probably always will. So I'm glad you guys watched today. If you guys ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. If you liked what you see, please like and subscribe. See you next time. I don't know what they're doing, but they keep honking their horn, and they keep on shooting something that sounds like a cannon. I mean, they're tourists, so maybe this is just for fun and show, but I really have no idea. I had everything all lined up what I wanted to say, and now I can't think of a single word. That's why it sounds so dull and boring, because I'm always reading the screen.
Why do you have a camera?
What's that?
Why do you have a camera?
Then when I take a picture of the sunset,
Oh.
it's going to be pretty. It's going to be orange.
Oh.
So that's why I have a camera to take a picture. So, if we didn't learn anything today about which camera is better, at least I've taught you something, how to take a picture. You just need a little bit of patience, and you need to go through your settings. If you've got any questions on how to do this or why, let me know. I am always happy to help out.